and welcome back to Be Joy in the Kitchen. I am Be Joy, and this here is my kitchen. Well, believe it or not, I'm thinking that Thanksgiving is kind of right around the corner. I mean, it's not for a few weeks yet, but I thought better start now to get some Thanksgiving recipes to you so you have time to do your shopping and, you know, get all your recipes together and that I make it on your menu. So today we're going to do a crispy Brussels sprout and shallot roasted. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I never had Brussels sprouts at Thanksgiving when I was a kid. We had the usual, obviously, turkey. Sweet potatoes, a little bit of stuffing, cranberry sauce, all those. And we used to have green beans. And I may come up with a green bean recipe for you next week. But anyway, now it seems that Brussels sprouts are on everybody's Thanksgiving menu. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Pretty simple. Well, I don't know. I won't say simple because I did a lot of work before while I was waiting for you. First of all, I put my oven on at 450. So it's almost there. And while I was waiting for you, what I did was I took a pound of Brussels sprouts and I first we washed them. Then I cleaned them by trimming off the ends and taking away the icky outside, the outside leaves. I do believe you can buy them already all cleaned up and in some kind of packaging. But I'm an old-fashioned girl and I like to go from the ground up. But anyway, you get that pound or two, and you can double this recipe to 2 pounds. Alrighty, so what I did take one shortcut. Instead of cutting them by hand into 1/4-inch slices, I put them through the food processor, and I've got these kind of, let me show you the slice, like that. And some leaves came out as well, if you want to take a look at that. And I like that because the leaves will get really, really crispy. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in a bowl. That's a pound of Brussels sprouts, all cleaned up, and a little shred to them in part, and then the other is about 1/4 inch. That was fun trying to measure the 1/4 inch thing on my food processor, let me tell you. Because it gives you numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and which one? These are 1/4 inch. So I had the ruler. It was kind of fun. And then I have here about 1.5 shallots, cut the same way in a 1/4-inch shallot cut, and those I did by hand because I thought, man, I put those in the food processor, they're going to be a big mess. So I'm going to put these in here along with that, just like this. Yeah, this is such a yummy recipe. And it's the recipe. I got it out of the New York Times and Melissa Clark, who's one of my favorites. Gotta say, I love her stuff in the Times. And then take, of course, my own liberties along the way. Sorry, Melissa. She talks about serving it right out of the oven, hot. But Thanksgiving, you can't ever do that. You got, I know ourselves, we've got 15 or 16 people coming. We've got one oven. Maybe we'll be able to borrow the neighbors. And we've got a bunch of stuff going on. My brother's coming up. My brother Danny's coming up from Mexico. And he is Mr. Thanksgiving. So I haven't sprung the Brussels sprout recipe on him yet, but I intend to. All right, so we get these in here, right? And then we're going to go ahead and put in 1/4 cup of olive oil. I know I've spoken in the past about not putting olive oil in an oven over 400 degrees, but I'm breaking the rule. And I'm going to also put in just a tad, like a little pinch of my favorite this week, sea salt. Both the sea salt and, of course, my favorite olive oil, Grazia, that I get both of these items at Neighbor Market here in Phoenix. But you know what? They're definitely available outside of Phoenix. Let me tell you. So I'm going to take these and mix them all around, just like that. And I actually like putting this through the food processor, like I said, because I get those little kind of shreds from the outside of the Brussels sprouts. You want to make sure you get your mixed really well. And then, next step here is I've got a sheet pan lined with parchment. I'm going to go ahead and put this in a single layer. On the sheet pan. There's so many things coming out on sheet pans these days. I mean, sheet pans, they used to be for cookies. And now, woof, they're for every vegetable under the sun. Roasted this, roasted that in sheet pans. And it provides a great cooking surface. There you go. Let me say that there. Then one more thing that is total Thanksgiving-ish that's going to go on top here is thyme. So I've got 4 sprigs of thyme that I'm just going to throw right on the top there just to give it some flavor as it's cooking. That's 1, 2, there's 3. I'm going to break them up just a little bit so that everybody gets a little thyme. Can't wait to have these. Believe me, we're going to have these tonight. I'm not saving these till Thanksgiving. Let me just get my hands washed off a little bit here from the oil. All right, now I'm going to pop this in the 450-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm going to pop that in right now. There we go. See you fellas and ladies in about that. And then we're going to make the dressing. I'm calling it a dressing. Topping, what have you, that we're going to put on it right when it comes out of the oven to give it that zing. So I have here about this is tiny, you probably can't even see it. This is about almost a teaspoon, 3/4 of a teaspoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then I've got my 1 clove of garlic that's minced, hand minced. I didn't put that through a processor either. And to that, we're going to add half a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. And this is it's organic Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to take this off because it'll be easier. So there's, this is all plants. And here we have that in there. And I'm putting it in a measuring cup so that it'll be easy to pour and drizzle over the Brussels sprouts. All right, let's put this on my timer. I'm going to take it to about, I think I'll go 12 minutes because I'm going to take it out, stir it around halfway through. So we'll be in 24, 25 minutes, like that. And I'm going to get my little hand immersion blender. Just mix these guys up a little bit. All right, and that's just going to be this little drizzle on top. If you're a big drizzle person, then double the recipe. That can be done as well. And so I'll turn this. You don't need to be here for me to turn this. So I'll turn it and I'll come back when it's time to drizzle. All right, be right back at ya. Well, hello everybody, back here. I know time just flew for you, dragged a little for me, but here we have the sheet pan of the Brussels sprouts with shallots, and they've got some nice crispiness to them, which is why I wanted to have those leaves. I'm going to just go ahead and put these in my bowl here. These are delicious looking, I'll tell you that much. What I'm going to do after I get them all in here. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Yum. Don't you wish you were coming here for dinner tonight? I'm going to go ahead and put our dressing on as soon as and I'm just letting the thyme go in there. I'm not even removing the thyme because it's all cooked up now. And you might want to, well, I'm not going to let all of it go in because this one's got kind of a stem on it. So if I can pull the stems, the ones with the stems out. Now, of course, I did this, I did about 20 minutes because I noticed when I was halfway through at 12 that it was getting pretty crispy. So I didn't want to go too crisp. There we go. I want to lose a sprout in this endeavor. There we are. Okay. Yum. Alrighty. And I never even liked Brussels sprouts till I learned that you could roast them in the oven. You know, when they're just steamed on top of the stove? No, not my thing at all. So let me just get rid of that. Okay, here we are. And I'm going to go ahead and get our dressing. Might need a little one of these things to pull it out of there. Okay. Now I noticed I made it in a measuring cup, glass measuring cup. I'm going to go ahead and throw that on top. Well, I'm not throwing it. I'm just drizzling it on top there. And I'm going to take my spatula. This is one of my favorite tools of the kitchen, this particular spatula. If it ever dies, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I haven't seen another one around. See, now if you see these twigs, yeah, your company, your family probably won't appreciate the twigs, so you might want to pull them out first. Wow. All right, so first Thanksgiving recipe from Be Joy in the Kitchen is out. There we are. And we'll be back. So this week I want you to go ahead and be joy in your own kitchen. Look at that. I think it looks pretty nice. Here, let me see if I can get it a little closer to you. It's a little dark, but you get the idea. Because seeing is actually a great part of great taste. So go ahead and be joy in your own kitchen this week. And until next time, enjoy the yum. And if you feel moved, go ahead and like me. Ask me questions. You want the recipe? Ask for it. And I will catch you again with a continuation of Thanksgiving soon.